A quick recap to day 3. Last session, we discussed tuples. We discussed tuples. We completed sets, frozen set, and dictionaries. We completed this concept, and before that, list strings, operators, fundamentals, introduction. Okay. So if you still did not watch that session, kindly, all these sessions are available in Dhaapps YouTube channel. Kindly, if you just type Dhaapps Python course, you can get that playlist. You can see the day 1, day 2, day 3. Fine. So welcome to day 4. Today, we'll be discussing about flow control. Or you can say control flow statements. Okay, the logic building will start from here. Right, you can say control flow statements. I hope you're all writing the notes. So in Python, you have 3 different types of control flow statements. First type, conditional statements. Conditional statements. Second, repetitive statements, or you can also call loops. Next, we have transfer statements. We have transfer statements. Okay. So in control flow statements, we have if else, if elif, nested if. In loops, we have while loop and for loop. In transfer statements, we have break and continue. People will include pass also. Pass will take care like after a few concepts. Okay, let's talk about conditional statements first. Right? And kindly, I request you all, kindly maintain your own notes. Why? Because before the interview, that will be best reference book to refer. I shared the notes in the YouTube channel description. Okay, apart from that, you write your notes. That will be the best reference book before the interview. Why? Because you will write your own language. Right? Before going to this control flow statements, like you must be aware of, like in Python, how to create a new block, that we call it as indentation. Okay, so that concept you need to be aware of. And what is this flow control? The meaning of flow control, that also you must be aware of. Just concentrate. Okay, so let's come to this. Usually this control flow statements, what it will do is it will describe the order of execution. For example, by default, I will write 3 print statements. I'll write print hi, print hello, print Python. Okay. If I write this print statement, 3 print statements, what it will do? Print hi will first, next it will print hello. Okay. So whatever the way you written, that way it will print. So, but control flow statements, what it will do is, control flow statements, like whatever the flow you are printing, that can be disturbed using control flow statements. You can write a logic to print Python, next hello, next hi. So usually control flow statements will disturb the normal flow. Okay. And one more thing, you need to understand block. Okay. To make it more clear, in C language, you have a separate block of code which will be represented in curly braces. I hope you remember that. Okay, if you are into C. But in Python, in C or Java, will represent with using curly braces. But in Python, there is no that curly braces and all. In Python, we don't have. If you want to represent a separate block of code, you have to give certain space. You have to give that space. You call it as indentation. Okay, like from today onwards, while practicing, you get indentation. If you practice more, you will be used to it. Okay, but that space will be one tab space, otherwise three space bar space. Okay, and if you people are using, okay, the VS Code, Python, like that ideally is if you use the automatically that space you get it. In our ideally also, whenever you give semicolon, whenever you give colon, okay, when you click on enter, automatically that space will be given. Don't need to worry. But that space indicates a separate block of code. I'll make it very clear. I'm just going with a scratch from the scratch level. Okay, so block of code, if you want to represent in Python, you have to use that space. That space we call it as an indentation. Okay, so as I told you already, control flow statements will be three different types: conditional statements, looping statements or loops, or transfer statements. I already given you some clarity. In conditional statements we have if, else, if elif, nested if. Loops we have while loop and for loop. And transfer statements we have break and continue. Okay, so today we'll be discussing one by one. After that, I'll explain with a real-time example which will make you understand the complete concept very easily, and promise me in your entire life you are not going to forget that concept. Okay, let's start with conditional statements. Conditional statements. What is this conditional statements? Conditional statement. Okay, in C language, we call it as a decision making statements if you are from C language. For example, I just took A is equal to 10. I took B is equal to 20. Right. When I take A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, like I am writing a condition. I'll say if B greater than A, okay, what is this? This is the condition. Okay, I'm giving the colon which indicates a separate block of code. So that space automatically you get. I'll say print. I'll say print B is greater. I'll say print B is greater. Okay. What does it mean? If this condition satisfies, this block of code will execute. Okay. Let's show it practically. Let me take a new file. Let's see how that space you're getting it. See guys, while practicing, you create a new folder and give the program names. Okay, so usually I'm giving some random name. Why? Because every time I'll clean that. Okay, so now you can see I'm defining a variable A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. You can see if A greater than B, let's say if B greater than A, I'm giving this colon and clicking on enter. Automatically, I'm getting the space, which means indentation automatically we are getting once you used colon. I'm writing one statement, print B is greater. Print B is greater. Okay, I'll write some print statement. Now, for example, you can see here. Now, this condition satisfies. As this condition satisfies, you're getting this block of code. Okay. If, for example, if that condition did not satisfy, you can see it won't enter into that block of code. Okay, just try to understand. Just try to understand. And one more thing, if you have any of your friends, ask them to attend this class immediately. Okay, immediately you share that Zoom link to them. Why? Because we have some space. Still 1,000 people are not there. So it's a very great opportunity for them. Okay, right. You can see print hello. This is one statement. And I'm giving some variables. I'm writing one print statement. If this logic correct, this will execute. Otherwise, this will execute. Okay, this is what flow control. Now, if B greater than A, if this condition correct, it is executing. So conditional statements, what it will do? Conditional statements, it will decide the block of code based on the condition of that expression. If this condition satisfies, then only this block of code will execute. So we have simple if statement. In simple if statement, only one condition. Okay, one condition. And if that statement correct, statement one, if that condition correct, statement one will execute. Okay. So for example, now you can see if this condition is wrong, we did not write any other condition. We did not write any other statement, so we don't get any output. Okay. For example, I want to write the condition. What if B not greater than A? If I want to execute that condition, I can just give else I'll say print A is greater. Print A is greater. Let me execute this. Let me execute this. Okay. A is greater or else B is greater. If B is greater or else second condition will execute. Okay. Okay. So you are using if condition if you want to write only one condition. If you have two statements to execute, you will write if and else. For example, if I have B also I have 100. I have B also 100. Now, if I have B also 100, now if two conditions are only there, if check it here very clearly, if B greater than A, you please print B is greater. Else, for any other things, you have to say A is greater, but which is not correct. Okay. So for that, what we need to do, there will be a need. Sometimes you have to write more than one condition, more than two conditions. So if you want to check more than two conditions, then you have something called elif. Print A is equal to A is equal to B. A is equal to B. Let me execute this. Let me execute this. Now you can see A is equal to B. So if you want to check only one condition, go with if only. If you want to check two conditions, go with if else. If you want to check three conditions, more than two, then you can go with elif. And what about nested if? If you want to check the condition inside the condition. Okay. So you checked already if you written. So inside this, if you want to check one more condition, whether if B greater than 40, okay, you can write one more condition, print B is greater than 40. So if you want to check the condition inside the condition, okay, inside the condition, you can happily, you can use if nested if. Okay, and for this, you can write else condition. Okay. B is less than 40. And inside also you can write. Inside also you can write the condition. So if you want to check the condition inside the condition, inside the condition inside the condition, you can say you will be using nested if. So control flow statements are three types. You have conditional statements, you have repetitive or looping statements, and you have transfer statements. In conditional statements, you have four types. One is if statement, other one is if else, other one is if elif, other one is nested if. If statement you will be using if there is only one condition. If else you will be using if there are two conditions. If there are more than two, you'll be using if elif. And if you want to verify condition inside the condition, you will be using nested if. I just want to check. I just want to check from your side. So far, what I explained, is it okay? Are you able to understand how this logics will start? Everyone, so far, everything is okay? Please confirm me. Right? Right? Let's apply. People are saying fast. I don't know why. I'm going very slow. I'm going very slow. Okay, I'm going very slow. Right? Right? Now, let's go with the, I'll go slow. Don't worry, I'll go slow. I'll go slow. Right, right, fine, fine. Now, one more time for our front benches. I mean, you understand what I mean. Okay, let's go back. Today, my dear friends, I'm teaching you flow control statements, which is very important concept. Okay, in that flow control, we have three statements: conditional statements, loops, transfer statements. In conditional statements, you have if else, if elif, nested if. Okay, in conditional statements, why we use? I want to verify condition. Okay, based on the condition, I need to write the logic. So I will be using conditional statements. In that conditional statements, I have if I want to check only one condition. I have if else, if I want to check two conditions. If I want to check more than two conditions, we have if elif. If I want to check condition inside the condition, after this condition, I want to check one more condition, then I can go for nested if. Okay, so now let's go for the real time example for it. Okay, everyone. So now, my dear people, let's have a very good session from now. Let's continue. Let's see. For example, like one of the student, his name is Dharma. Okay, this fellow, as soon as he gets salary, 30K. Okay, this Mutyam, okay, fresher Mutyam, after getting salary, look, okay, though he get 30K salary, like his expenditures will be like as if he is getting 1 lakh, right? So this 30K salary fellow, as soon as he got the credited that message, okay, he was very happy with that message. He went to the ATM. Okay, he went to the ATM. ATM, whenever he went to the ATM, what it will do? It says, welcome to, let's take it SBI, though we don't have salary accounts in SBI, but still we'll go for SBI. Welcome to SBI. So it says, welcome to SBI. Okay. So as soon as you enter the ATM, immediately what it will do? It will apply the conditional statements only. What it will do? Welcome to ATM, welcome to SBI, something it will say. And after that, it will ask you to put the card inside. Okay. So whatever the card you put inside, that PIN number has to match. So immediately there will be one conditional statements will execute. Okay. Okay. So I'll directly I'll write the code for it. Why? Okay. So immediately, so it will print. It will print. Welcome to SBI. So what it will do? What it will do? It will ask the PIN number. Okay. So PIN number by default in the server, Okay, let's assume his PIN number is 5531. Okay, I promise my SBI card number is 5531 only. After that, it is in the server. Okay, so I cannot give you any kind of server. Like I cannot store, I cannot create it right now. I took it as a variable. Let's assume it is stored. The PIN number is 5531. Okay, so now as soon as you enter welcome to SBI, it has to put the card inside. Immediately, it will ask you to enter your PIN number. That PIN number, whatever you are entering, you are taking it from the keyboard. So we will enter manually, right? To enter manually, to read the data from the keyboard, I told you already, day before yesterday, you have something called input function. Okay, input function. Enter your PIN number. Enter your PIN number. Okay, enter your PIN number. So this has to store in some variable, right? So I'm taking this variable number as PIN number. And I given this PIN number as integer only, right? So input function by default, it will read as a string. I told you, if you remember, I'm very happy. So that is the reason I converted whatever I took. Okay, whatever I took, that has a input as a integer. So now, my dear people, okay, festival will begin if only PIN number, whatever you are entering the PIN number, that should be equal to few years back, whatever you put. Okay, I'm checking, I'm writing the relational operator. If you remember my second day class, I explained relational operators. It is used to compare two values. If PIN number, if it is equal to whatever the PIN number you entered, okay, now it says, you have to choose few options, right? So what are those options? Let's, for example, let's give it like this, or else let's deposit. You can display like whatever the way you want it, you can display. Deposit, withdraw, deposit, withdraw, or else, and what else? Okay, deposit, withdraw. Let's enough. And deposit, I'll give it like for deposit, I'll ask you to choose D. Okay. And for withdrawal, I ask you to choose W. I'm just giving it like this. I'm displaying that like this. That's it. Okay. If PIN number is equal to, it will display deposit withdraw. Okay. Else, what it will ask you, it will print your PIN is incorrect. Your PIN is incorrect. Okay. Your PIN is incorrect. If PIN number, if it is equal to PIN, it will display deposit or withdraw. Okay. Deposit or withdraw. Or let's let's not to make complex. After that, I'll extend it, don't worry. Next, let's take one more variable which will take input. Choose the option. Choose the option. Okay, choose the option. Right? I'm asking you, the user, to enter D or W. Now, if the user entered, if option, if it is equal to D. Okay, whatever the option he entered, if it is equal to D. Okay, D. Now deposit, right? I'll ask the user. Enter the amount. Enter the amount. You want to deposit. You want to deposit. Okay. This whatever the amount is there, okay, enter the amount to deposit. He'll enter some amount. Let's make it easy. Let's write, let's say amount deposited successfully. Here also deposit amount is equal to, you take it from the user, print amount deposited successfully. You get, when you enter some amount, it will open the box and it will collect your amount, right? Okay, right. Else with we have only W, D or W only we have. We did not have any other options. Okay. Else withdrawal. Withdrawal amount. Withdrawal amount. Withdrawal amount is equal to, I'll ask the user to please enter the amount you want to withdraw. Okay, you want to withdraw. Now check. Okay, so here in this account, he got the salary, no? Anyway, last month salary he cannot keep, I know. Everyone by month end, it will become 0. Okay, so he have only balance 30,000, which is this month's salary. Okay, withdrawal amount is equal to input. Let's take the amount. Now, if whatever the withdrawal amount you're asking from the ATM, if it is less than or equal to balance, okay, then you get that kirikir sound you get. Okay, ATM kirikir sound you get, and okay, and it will print that amount withdrawn successfully. Okay, else it will print insufficient funds. Okay, let's see whether it is working or not. Okay, don't worry guys, I'll get errors. Enter your PIN number. I'll enter 5531. This is my PIN number. Deposit, withdraw. I went to the ATM to withdraw only. Withdraw. Okay, so here, just a minute. So here, okay. So here option is equal to D. We given automatically what we did. We did not define that variable. Okay. Okay. Here we took it as a string, but we did not define it. Okay. So that's the reason we got that error. If option is equal to D, let's at the same time, let's go down. And here else we return. Okay, just a minute. Let me execute it again. Enter the PIN number 5531. Enter the option. If I enter D, I'll get the deposit amount, or else I given there. I can choose W or any other thing. Enter the amount to be withdrawal. I want to withdraw 25,000. 5,000 EMI we have, no. We have to keep for amount. So that kirkir sound will come and you get withdrawal sound, withdrawn successfully. Okay, right. Fine. You understood how this for loop, how this conditional statement will helpful. Okay, conditional statements, how it is going to help. Okay, so whatever the condition we written there, this is conditional statements only. We did not use anything. Okay, I given the condition, my conditional statements will helpful for me. Okay, to take the condition, if that condition satisfies, then only my functionality will execute. Please confirm me. Is it fine? You're able to understand? Everyone, interesting. Yes. Conditional statements, how we are going to use? This is what? Right? Conditional statements, why we use? Right? Yes. Interesting. We written the condition. If this condition is correct, then it will execute. Okay, if someone asks you what is the use of conditional statements, okay, don't just remember like if else, if tested if. Just try to know how this will be applied in a real-time solution. How it's going to apply. Okay, that is very important. So now I hope you understood what are exactly conditional statements, how they are going to helpful to you. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, so this is about the conditional statements. Right, everyone? I hope it's very clear. I am defining this variable. Okay. Right, everyone? Clear? Okay. Don't worry. I'll use this. Okay. Now this is about conditional statements. Next we have, what do we have next? Loops we have. Okay, we have loops. Loops, we can also say iterative statements. If we want to execute this group of statements for multiple times, okay, multiple times I want to use the same group of statements, whatever I written, then I should go for iterative statements, or you can say loops. We have two different types of loops we have. One is while loop, other one is for loop. While loop and for loop. Okay. Now let's discuss while loop. What is this while loop? The ATM example is not yet done, guys. Lot more to add into that ATM application. Okay. Now while loop. Now what is this while loop? While loop, okay, you are going to execute this group of statements while loop, okay, based on certain condition. For example, look at this statement. Look at this snippet. While, condition, and body. This is the condition. While, and this is the condition. I less than or equal to 10. I equal to 1. This is the condition. Now, what is this condition? Now, what we need to do? Let's keep this example aside. Let's take one more example. Now, I given a condition I equal to 1. Using while, I have to execute using condition. While I less than or equal to 10. I less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. If this condition is true, I am asking it to print hello world. Hello world, I wrote it only once. Hello world, I wrote it only once. But I want to execute this condition. I want to execute this printf statement until this condition satisfies. Okay, that is what, right? If you want to repeat certain thing, you will be using this while loops concept you will be using. Print hello world. So now if I say print hello world, this condition will never become false. So that infinite loop will become. So that's the reason I just want to increment I value every time the loop starts. One has to increment, so it has to stop at 10. Now you can see I wrote hello world. It will execute for 10 times. It will execute. So if you want to repeat certain thing, you have to use while loop. You have to use while loop. That's it. Right? Now, where this real time used? Every application you take, every application, whatever you take, that application designed in such a way, it has to execute for n number of times. It has to execute. Okay, it has to execute for n number of times. Okay, so now my dear people, like let's go for this ATM application one more time. So this application, whatever we written, I don't use it for only one time. I have to use it for multiple times. And remember, if your PIN number, if it is correct, incorrect, after 3 times, what will happen? Your PIN number will be blocked, right? Your card will be blocked, right? How to implement that functionality? You are executing the ATM, you are going to the ATM, you're asking, you're taking the amount, it's fine, okay. But if you enter the wrong PIN, now for example, I am writing the code, I'm giving the wrong PIN, I'm giving, your PIN is incorrect. After saying your PIN is incorrect, it should say enter the PIN again, or else it should say enter your PIN number. It has to repeat that functionality. So it cannot stop me one time execution. I want to use the same task again and again. Right? Enter your PIN number. Okay, enter your PIN number. Enter your PIN number. What I need to do? I'll enter wrong again. It is saying incorrect. After 3 times, it has to block. Card has to block. How to implement that functionality? So first of all, PIN number, how many times it will ask you to enter the PIN number, guys? How many chances it will give you? How many chances it will give you? It will give you max 3 chances it will give you, right? So initially I'll take I is equal to 1. I'll say while I have to write entire thing in the loop. Okay. While I less than or equal to 3, inside it has to ask enter your PIN number. Okay. Now let me click on enter. If I write it, everything I need to write it inside the loop. Inside the loop, I need to write it. So my dear people, you can see, don't confuse. I'm giving entire thing, one tab space I need to give. So everything will comes under the loop. Okay. Just you have to be very careful, guys. You have to be very careful. One more time I'm telling you, just check it. I took it like this, right? So whatever I took it, I have to write it inside the while loop. So after while loop, I'm giving the colon, right? This colon indicates a starting of the new block. So you have to take, and every line you have to give one tab space. You have to give one tab space. See how I'm giving. Okay, now you can see. Now check. While I less than or equal to 3. The condition is always true. I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 3. Why I given I is equal to I plus 1, you'll understand. Now let me run this. Now let me run this. Enter your PIN number. I'll enter wrong PIN. Enter a PIN number. I'll enter wrong PIN. Check it with just I written only while I written. You can see how my code converted. You can see it is asking me every time, it is asking me to enter the PIN number again. So any functionality you have, if you want to repeat in the real time, a loop is written in that. Okay, right? So I want it only 3 times. Now you can see, now what I will do, right? Now here, I'll just say I is equal to I plus 1. I is equal to I plus 1. If I write I is equal to I plus 1, so what will happen? Increment will be there. After increment, now if I write it wrong pin, your pin is incorrect. Your pin is incorrect. Okay, but I don't need this. What I need, what I need, what I want, how I want it. I want it in such a way the card has to block. So now you come back to one more program here. You can see here, it will execute hello world. After this, you can also give else with while loop. After once while condition, if it became wrong, if it becomes wrong, it says bye. Okay, while loop execution. Okay, while loop execution, you have to see while after while if I give the condition. Okay, else if I give, if that condition went wrong, if that condition went wrong, then automatically else loop will execute. So now what I will do, after this condition, I'll say print card block. I'll say print card block. Okay, print card block. Is it clear? Right. Now, let me execute this. While loop, just a minute. Let me come back. Okay. 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 Last time we missed this, guys. At down also there is a card. There is a else statement. We missed it. Okay, now it will work. Let's see. Oh, life of a programmer. We learn with the experience. We learn with the errors only, guys. And I'm writing the code live. Okay, I'll get the errors. Please don't mind. Enter your pin number. I'm entering wrong pin number. Your pin is incorrect. I'm entering wrong pin number. Your pin is incorrect. Your card got blocked. Got it? Got it? Got it? Interesting. How this while loop will execute? Is it fine? How the while loop will execute? Is it fine, everyone? You're able to understand, guys? Please confirm me. Please confirm me. You're able to understand how this while loop execution. Okay. While loop, how it is executing. Is it fine? You are able to understand. Very, very important concept. Okay. So you will never find this kind of in videos, guys. Okay. So just try to understand. Try to utilize this properly. Practice. I'll give the assignment. I'll give you very big assignment. Don't worry. I'll give you very big assignment. Don't worry. I hope you're able to understand. You're writing the condition. I is equal to I plus 1. Why? Because Sakshi. I is equal to I plus 1. Why? Because I return the condition. This condition has to satisfy and it has to execute only for 3 times. So if I don't give this I less than or equal to 3, I will be getting the infinite loop I'll get. Okay, I'll get infinite loop. I plus plus will not work here. I plus plus will not work here. You have to understand one thing. If I don't give I is equal to I plus 1, if I give the comment, here, for example, if I don't return there, it won't stop. Loop will not stop. Loop will execute continuously. Every time it will execute, loop has to stop. For example, if I don't give this I is equal to I plus 1, if I enter some wrong pin number, if I enter wrong pin number, it will keep on execute. I cannot give any condition that check, it will execute continuously. Loop will not get wrong. The loop has to stop somewhere. So that is the reason I written I is equal to I plus 1. Got it? Understood, Sakshi? So any more doubts, guys? So today we'll be working on this example only. It will give you a clear-cut idea of how the conditional statements will work, how that while loop will work. Is it clear, everyone? Please confirm me. Okay. Is it fine, everyone? If you want, right? Clear? I hope it's very clear. Okay. So now I just need some help from you. So nowadays I'm seeing day 4, my attendance is getting lower. Okay. So what I want from you is, I will be sharing you this code, but while explaining this live, during this live, you take a video and post it on your Instagram and mention dharma.appana or and Dhaapps. Okay. You just tag dharma.appana and Dhaapps official. You take a video and put it on your Instagram that says you are learning Python with me, so that your friends will also ask where you're learning. Just do that help for me. Okay, so that our strength will increase. People following the recording. Okay, I just want everyone to be live. Okay, we have very much bandwidth we have. I request you all kindly do that, so that your friends will understand you are learning Python. Okay, don't worry, I'll satisfy them also. Right? It's clear, everyone? I hope majority of the people, you are able to understand this example, how while loop is executing. I hope it's very clear. Very clear. Please confirm me, guys. While loop execution purely depends on the condition. If the condition is correct, while loop execution will correct. Okay, I am giving the condition. I am giving this condition. Okay, why this I is equal to I plus 1? Why? Because that loop has to stop. Now we'll go for no do while. Next we'll go for loop. We'll go for for loop. Again, we'll come to the same example. While loop execution purely depends on the condition. Whereas for loop execution depends on the sequence whatever we given. Okay, that sequence can be string, that sequence can be set, that sequence can be dictionary, that sequence can be tuple. I will make it very clear. Let's take our simple program on for loop. Loop functionality is same. I want to execute. What I want to execute? A certain thing for n number of times. Okay. So then I will go with for loop or while loop. While loop depends on the condition. You understood very clearly. For loop depends on the sequence. For example, same hello world, if I want to write it in for loop, I'll say For I in, I'll give the syntax. I'll give it like this. That contains 7 characters. I can write a loop which will print hello world. Hello world it will print. It will print hello world for check. Now check. Okay, it will print how many times it will print? 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 6 plus 1, 7 times. Now if I increase, for example, if I increase the number of characters, my for loop execution will increase. So more times it will execute. And not only string, I can execute. I can give list also. I can give list also. I can give check. I can give list also. Right? Number of elements in the list depends on it. It will execute. Check. Number of elements depends on that. It will execute. Right? So now tuple will execute, set will execute, dictionary will execute. Just you can try. Now, sir, I want to execute using for loop. I want to execute for 10,000 times, sir. Is there any possibility is there? That big sequence, how can I write? How can I remember that much big sequence? Okay, then for you, you have something called range function. Now, this range function is a God-gifted function for the for loop. Now, if I say range of 100, hello world, I will get it for 100 times. I'll get it for 100 times. Okay, range function we can combine deadly combination. If I want it from 1,000 times, I can use for loop and I can give the range function. Okay, right. So while loop execution depends on the condition, for loop execution depends on the sequence. For loop execution depends on the sequence. Okay, see, if I give 1,000 times, it got fever. Why? Because 1,000 times the machine will also, for that also we have solution. Okay, unfortunately, that is not included here. Okay. So now range function will help to you to repeat, okay, without giving the sequence, right? For loop without giving the sequence, right? So now let's go for our today's example. I written with while loop. Sir, can I do it in for loop? Happily, like just simply, you can just give for I in range of 3 times. Okay, you don't need this I, you don't need to define it, and at the same time down somewhere I is equal to I plus 1 also you don't need. Like after the for loop in for loop also, after the execution of for loop, if you give else, this will execute after for loop. This will execute. Okay, this will execute. Check. Okay, this will execute. Similarly, there also same thing, right? After for loop, I want to execute this. After for loop, I want to execute this. Let me run this. Enter your pin number. I'll enter wrong. Let's go for wrong only. Card blocked. Check. Right? So now, if I give correct, I want to give enter pin number. I remember 5531 I given you. Deposit, withdraw. Choose the amount to, like I'll give W. If I give any other option, it will ask me to enter the amount. I want to enter 7,000 rupees. I want to withdraw. That kirkir sound, amount withdrawn successfully. Enter your pin number. Again, it is asking me. So I don't want, once amount got withdrawn, I'll ran out from my ATM. As soon as that kirkir sound I'll come, I'll put my hand there, I'll take the amount, I'll go. I don't even like, why? Because like every ATM, every SBI ATM, I know 10 more people, 10 more backside, there will be 10 more people who will wait. Just please come fast. They'll in their mind will how much that fellow will withdraw. So why? Because he will be feared that again, if he withdraw more, that amount will not be available in the ATM. Okay. So that's the reason. Like that fellow will see that how fast he'll do that. So this will also same. Why? Because he has to that amount he has to spend, right? So he'll be fast and he will be very good mood. Why? Because it will be day 1 of the month, right? Okay, so that has to stop there. That has to stop. I want to stop. I want to stop my loop. Okay, and I written it. While loop I understood. For loop I understood. Conditions I given. Now I want to stop that loop. As soon as I get the amount, I need to run out from there. What we need to do? Sometimes, though you created the application to execute for n number of times, based on certain conditions, you have to stop that loop. To stop that loop, to break that loop based on certain conditions, you have something called break statement. Okay. Python supports 2 types of transfer statements. In that, we use break statement. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how this break statement will help. So for I in range of 10, I'm printing hello world. So now what I want is, I will give certain condition. Okay. So better I'll take, I'll print I value. Okay. I'll print I value. I'll get 1 to 10. I'll get 1 to 10. Pass. I'll discuss. I'll discuss after a few days. Don't worry. I'll discuss pass also. But let's talk about break statement today. Okay. So break statement, what it will do. So I'm executing this loop. In execution of this, I'll say certain condition. If I equal to 5, if I reaches 5, to please stop it. Stop there. Unless it is 5, it will execute for 1, 2, 3, 4. But when it reaches 5, it will stop. So if I want to stop the loop execution, I have to use break statement. I have to use break statement. So where you want to use break statement. So here I want to use break statement. So immediately, as soon as I get the amount, you break, enter your pin number 5531, withdraw, amount withdrawn successfully, and you can move from there. Is it clear, everyone? Please confirm me. How you can use break statement? Is it clear, everyone? Right? Break statement. If you want to stop the loop execution, go with break statement. Okay. Right? Clear? Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Right? I hope it's very clear. Okay. I hope it's very clear. Very clear. Very clear. No questions there. Right? Fine. So now, don't worry, guys. I'll give you enough time for you to ask the doubts. Okay. I'll give you enough time. Don't worry. No problem at all. If anyone did not understand, no problem. You have very good time to spend with me. Okay. So today I'll explain only this concept. I just want to clear you what exactly many people, they're not able to code. When I give you this requirement, in the interview, I'll ask you to Just I'll give the condition. You just create an ATM machine, how the logic you build it, you know, people are not able to do. Not able to do. So that is the reason. So with my class at least you have to get that real-time understanding. Okay. So now let's go back. Okay, and if you have any kind of a questions, if you have any problem, okay, one thing you can do, you can watch the recording class, which I'll keep in the YouTube channel. Okay, is it clear? I'll do that. You can watch it again. If you are okay, I will be sharing this code to you. You can practice, but you can develop. What you can develop, I'll tell you, don't worry. So now, my dear people, I told you, right? So I want you to take the session video, a clipping. I want you to put it on the Instagram and you have to share that screenshot in dharma.appana. Okay, so that I will be sharing you this code to you. Okay, deal. You promote me Instagram, I'll give you this code. Okay, deal. At least you're not giving me that fees, right? At least you do me this favor. Okay, I want majority of the people to understand. Right? If you don't have laptop, no problem at all. You can do it the same thing in the mobile phone also. So you are not giving fees, so you have to do this. Right? So now let's see, guys. Let's get inside it. Let's get inside it. Now let's execute. Enter PIN number. Amount, enter the amount to deposit. So it's option D. Enter the amount you want to deposit. So if I enter 5,000, open the box and it will collect your amount deposited successfully. Enter your PIN number. Why? Once amount got deposited, okay, amount got deposited, no need anything. Let's go back. Okay. Let's stop. Here also I'll write the break statement. 5531. It's not yet done, don't worry. Enter the choose the option. D, I'll take it. Amount. Open the, okay, it will correct amount deposited successfully. Now after amount get deposited successfully, if you want to check the balance, okay, if you want to check the balance, you want to exit or you want to check the balance. Is it clear? So we can ask, right, like as soon as amount got withdrawn successfully or amount deposited, so we can continue this by writing one more option. Okay, we can make sure that it will ask the user. Okay, it will ask the user to use whether that fellow has to go or you have to do. So that I give you as an assignment. Everyone, you're getting it? So what you need to do? You need to develop this code. Okay, how you need to develop? Like how, I'll take the questions, guys. Don't worry. How you need to develop? I'm giving it very simple. So as soon as the user executed this, okay, after completion of everything, you have to take whether you want to continue or you want to execute. If you want to execute, okay, thanks for using SB ATM, and you can say bye. And if you want to continue, and he has to take any other option. Next, you want to check the balance. If you want to check the balance, how you will implement that? Okay, is it clear, everyone? After the amount withdrawn successfully, or okay, amount deposited successfully, I want you to add a feature in which he will get the option to check the balance. That is what I want. I don't want anything else. That is your assignment. Everyone, please confirm me. Please confirm me. Okay. Yes. So now you understood this example, right? After this, I want you to give that feature. I'll tell how to submit. Don't text me in the WhatsApp, guys. Hamza, I'll wait. Continue statement I'm keeping. Hamza, don't worry. Continue statement I'm keeping it for tomorrow. Okay. Don't worry. Continue also, I'll explain. I'll take one more example. Okay. If you're not using Instagram, you post it in your you post it in your WhatsApp status. One more time, I'm repeating the task. One more time, I'm repeating the task. Task is very simple. In this, whatever the code we written today, in that we have two functionalities we have. One is I can withdraw the amount, or else I can deposit the amount. I can do two things I can do. Either withdraw or deposit. I want you to add one more feature in which we can check the balance. We can check the balance. Okay, that is what I want, guys. Balance, there should be one more option apart from this amount deposit or withdrawal. Balance checking has to be there. That you need to add. That is what I want. That is what I want. Very simple task I given you. This is your assignment. Is it clear, everyone? So now you have any questions regarding this, you can ask me. Continue statement is there. I remember this control flow statements is not yet done. I need to discuss few more concepts I need to discuss. Tomorrow also I'll discuss one more example. Okay, 2 days I'm spending for this control flow statements. Why? Because the complete logic building will start from here only. You have to write code. You have to build your own logics. And control flow statements with the combination of whatever that we discuss, inbuilt data structures, that will create wonders. Definitely that will help you to write some code. Okay. Is it clear? Okay, you want to, like, what is the process of posting in the Instagram? Simple. The session, whatever you're listening, you just take a picture, okay, and say, I'm learning Python free from this. You please follow this Instagram ID and put it my Instagram ID, not my Instagram ID and my company Instagram ID. That is what I want. Okay. Is it clear? Example is okay.